So this is part 3 of 4 of my LCD Dream Emulator Dream Experiment. In part 2, we went through days 11 through 20 and I read out the dreams I had from my dream journal. If you have not seen the first and second video, please check those out before watching this one. This set of dreams were, well, it sure was something. I think it's constantly getting more and more interesting as time goes on, but let's get into it. Well, another video session. Some smokestacks. Maybe a comment on industrialism, perhaps? The video dreams are the ones that I struggle to fully understand their purpose. A bit odd, but okay. I had a dream, but when I woke up, it completely escaped me for some reason. Like, I had the feeling of a dream that was there, but it just vanished quickly. I do wish I could remember my dreams on days like this. More text, and I am at my place. Or is it truly my place, as the whole building seems odd after all? I go downstairs and, are you okay? I think to myself, why is he chasing me? But I run into him. I get teleported to the pit area. Still not used to all the textures being like this. I decided to touch the statue of that droid from Star Wars, and I am back in the apartment. I decided to go onto the roof for some reason. I noticed the ramp here. I was thinking about running up it and jumping off the building. I am not entirely sure why I had those thoughts, but I get teleported before I can act out on them. I am at the normal textured pit now. I don't know why, but this made me kind of happy to see it being with its normal textures. I go down a tunnel to this weird plains-like area, but it's just all blue. I wander some before the dream just ends. An upper dream. I suppose I did kind of feel happy seeing the normal textures. Sorry, no dreams on night 22. Starting in the monument area. At this point, I figure I could start almost anywhere really. I go through a tunnel that leads to the Japanese city. I wander around a bit and see a few people, which this guy is rainbow textured? Interesting. I found another one. I kinda like them like this. Then I found an ox carting a rickshaw. Also interesting. I walked into it and teleported to the place with the waterfall. I wandered around a bit and then I spotted a double rainbow. Reminded me of the double rainbow guy. While I was looking at the double rainbow, I remembered he died and I got a bit sad. I also vaguely remember his YouTube channel having a schedule of content for quite some time set up. I find an odd tunnel with a cool looking bird statue on top, so I go through it and... oh, I am here. I already spot dead bodies off into the distance, which is just lovely. I noticed this eye graffiti, which was neat. And more? Were they always here? I finally checked out the warehouses, and yeah, someone died here. I visit the garbage can full of limbs. Always still creepy, but never really doing much when I touch them. I find this sign with a pill on it, wondering if it's always been here too. I touch it and the screen goes red and I teleport to the happy world. Even though lately it's not been so happy looking recently, I decided to go visit the king and queen, who are still normal? I am confused, but happy that they seem to be staying the same. I look up in curiosity and the dream ends. Right in the middle. I did not dream on night 23, but I want to talk about something. I looked up the double rainbow guy who went by Yosemite Bear 62. I watched a few of his newer videos, but most were just kind of fluff to be honest. He passed away, but yet still uploads to this day. Watching these made me feel a bittersweet feeling. I start off in my apartment. It's always nice to see the normal textures now. I decided to go to the storybook and touch it. It looked Japanese, so I wonder if it would take me to the Japanese city, and well, it did. Creepy old lady staring at me right as I enter. I notice a lot of odd textures now and wonder how many times it will change. I touch the water and get teleported to, well, the pit, but it's not the normal pit. I go down the tunnel and see the sumo, and I touch them and teleported? I walk around a bit and, huh? Teleported again? I then see one of the sumo wrestlers win and knock the other one down, and I go to touch them and teleported yet again? At least I have the baby with me this time. I walk around some more and see the sumo wrestler, but turn to walk in another direction, but teleported yet again. What is up with this? I walk around more and yet again teleported. This is getting on my nerves. I walk into the wall in hopes of being teleported somewhere else, but no. I walk into the blue hallway again and yup, teleported once more. I am fed up and I just go through the tunnel back to the pit. I look into the pit thinking about jumping, but decide not to. I then ran into the gargoyle again. I run past the gargoyle going into the tunnel that heads to the plains area. I consider touching the turtle, but the dream ends. Slightly static upper. Okay, it should have measured my annoyance with being teleported so many times. I guess due to the frustrations of the teleports, I dreamt of something that I found frustrating. When I was in school, I always struggled to remember my locker's combination. Truthfully, I have no idea why, and at times I would even just forget which locker was even mine. I was too ashamed to go and ask for help. Shortly after, I would start to carry everything in my backpack. What is odd is, I don't have any memory issues. Also, this dream annoyed me as well. Like, why did I have to dream about my old school locker of all things? I start out in the apartment with writing on the walls. I decide to touch the window and get transported to a hallway. I sprint down the hallway and reach the end, but, well, this is something. I get teleported to the waterfall area, and while I am crossing a bridge, it suddenly turns black. I am here. And am I on something? I walk forward and, well, maybe I was on a dead body? I am seeing lots of dead bodies here this time. Oddly though, no garbage can with limbs. I wander around a good bit. I then go into this warehouse thinking, why is this fence here? I touch it and nothing. I get caught on the door frame on the way out and fade to red. I am at the pit. Gargoyle is still here, so I run past it, but I turn back for some reason and it flies off. Weird. I then begin to go through the tunnel, but the dream ends. A downer, but wait, what is this green square? And another one? And yet again, another? Then my downer turns green? What is going on? What? A video dream? Okay. Seems like a store. Okay, that was a weird end, but huh? Some form of machine? All over it you can see the letters LSD. Weird. Wait, another video? Hello, pigeons. But what is going on here? Now a sheep? What is truly going on? A UFO now? I am utterly confused. It's still going on? This is oddly creepy to me. Why does it look like the kid has wine? And, hello fish? Is that fish dead? This again. When are these videos going to end? I was thinking to myself. Some festival? Okay. At this point, I am dead tired just staring at the screen in awe. Ow, my ears. Yes, LSD. Some creepy kids. Is this a graveyard? Again, when is this going to end? I want to get some sleep. An old man walking. Okay. The fish again. One seems to have died, but... Huh? Guess it's okay. This is an odd one. But again, when is this ending? A meal, but... Wait, is that a turtle there? Do not eat the turtle, please. Another industrial site. Okay, when is this ending and how much longer do I have of this? At this point, I was tempted to look it up, but I did not. Some people are walking. We love some grass here, so yeah, let's just watch a video of grass. And it's over? What even was that, I thought to myself while I saved. I clicked the chart to see if the green squares are there, but no. What a long session. I went to bed extremely tired and fell asleep quickly, and my dream was odd. I was young again in my childhood home. I just moved a giant CRT into my room. I was tired and watching it after I set it up. Mom came and gave me some Sonic chicken. I was happy since it was my favorite meal as a child. I was just watching cartoons. Not sure what, but I loved Cartoon Network, so maybe that. This dream was odd to me. I woke up just longing for those days, missing them deeply. I start out at the apartment, but outside? I turn to see Mr. Faceman, but now there's another behind the counter. One wanders off. A strange start. I also finally figured out what the figure in the sky was. It's an astronaut. I decided to walk upstairs, but before I could, I get teleported. In the middle of the river area, I wander a bit and find a bridge I have not seen before. I wander some more and run into a little pit. It's neat that I am 26 nights in and I am still finding new stuff, even if it's slightly boring. I then wander some more and find a tunnel I have never seen, so I go into it. It takes me here? Everything is all twisted now. I then go upstairs. I decided to touch the fireplace and see where it takes me, which took me to the pit area, but as I move forward and see the elephant, the dream is over suddenly. Dynamic dream, I see. The dream I had was nonsense. I was flying on a plane, but everything was wrong. The door fell off mid-flight, but no one cared or even noticed really. The snacks were fruit gushers. Last time I ate fruit gushers, I was a kid. That's basically all I can remember of the dream upon waking up. I am starting in the Japanese palace. The throne has a light above it, which is really pretty to look at. So I touch the throne and I am teleported to the pit. I quickly go into a tunnel and come out at the flashbang. I could barely see anything and my room was super dark, so it really hurt my eyes. I wander around a bit. Then I see this flower thing. I touch it and teleport it to the happy place. I see some penguins and a giant robot I've never seen. I go down the tunnel with the train tracks, leading me to get flashbang once again. I touch a random tree and back at the pit, but with the gargoyle, so I run away. Once again, flashbanged. I decided to finally touch the signpost. It led me to the killer teddy bear. I run down the hall, but I get stuck on something, and before I am teleported, I see an empty bed. Great, this place. Murder City. I wander a bit, and the dream is over. A slight downer. I dreamt nothing on night 27. Sorry. Oh, another text stream. Honestly, I was so tired on this night, so I was thankful for this. The text reads as follows. Burying a book. Wednesday, September 27th, 1989. I'm burying a book in the deeply dug ground. I am doing this for the education of children. Okay. I dreamt I was back in school, but I was with my broken leg. What's odd about this is in my dream, my right leg was broken, but in real life, I broke my left leg. It was a bit of an odd dream, but nothing else really to it. Starting in the apartment, but it's all weird looking. I then found this man. I go to touch him, but then he touches me, and I am teleported off to the place I hate the most. I do not know why, but this night I was paranoid, looking everywhere as if something was following me. The trash can full of limbs is here. A joy to always see this. I decided to touch the off-colored corner and red screen to the apartment. I decided to touch the bird cages to see where it leads me, which teleported me into the plains-like area. At this point, I question to myself if this is a central dream area. I see some flying fish and a rainbow. I find a tree on a little island, so I go up to touch it and see where it takes me. To the happy place, but what is this face? I go visit the king and queen and I am happy that they have normal textures. Then, the dream just ends. Right in the middle. I had a funny dream on night 29. I dreamt that I was eating some cookies I made the night before. I woke up hungry and wanting cookies, but I could not convince myself to eat cookies for breakfast. Wonderful dream, but did make me hungry. Back in the apartment, and it's all weird again. I go up to the roof to see the astronaut, but he looks like a chicken nugget right now. I touch some of the fence to see if it takes me anywhere. Indeed it did, to the hub area. And I see the door I've seen before. I go in to see the default Blender cubes once more. I try to run towards some of them, but then I fell. I do hope I am okay. A slight downer, but static. I dreamt about skydiving. Some of my friends wanted to do it after we graduated. We sadly never went skydiving. However, I was by myself in my dream and I was scared. I have a slight fear of heights. So it was a bit of an alarming dream to wake up from, as I never did hit the ground and I was endlessly falling. Maybe me falling in LSD caused the dream? Well, this concludes night 21 through 30. I will say I felt a bit odd after one of my dreams. The dream on night 24 made me moody the next day. Unsure why, but it did happen. The last set of dreams in the next video are quite odd as well. It also ends with a weird twist that I am still laughing about. The last video should be out in about 2 to 3 weeks. Well, this is the end of the video, so best wishes for everyone till next time and take care.